Good evening and welcome to Chicago Tonight Latino Voices. I'm Joanna Hernandez. On the show tonight.
Let's save after school!
Let's save after school!
Advocates say thousands of students are at risk of losing access to after-school programs.
Part of my dreams as well, but didn't know it was going to happen so soon.
How a local organization is helping people purchase their first home. And more Latinos are pursuing advanced degrees. We meet a few who just graduated. And now to some of today's top stories. Some U Chicago students are calling out their university president today, saying the removal of the encampment on campus was a cowardly and traumatizing raid. Police cleared the pro-Palestinian encampment on the school's quad on Tuesday just before 5 a.m. University President Alevizado cited safety concerns over the encampment. Students say they will continue to fight until the university meets their demands.
Is that the president of this university cannot even admit that the universities in Gaza have been destroyed. But while U Chicago can remove us from the quad and destroy the physical space we built, U Chicago cannot destroy the encampment because the encampment is us, the people. All of us here are the movement to fight against U.S. complicity and against U Chicago's complicity.
And a former Northwestern University football player says he was repeatedly hazed, and at least one instance, the team's coaches watched and laughed as it happened. The allegation comes as part of a new lawsuit filed on behalf of former linebacker Nathan Fox. His case is among 3 new cases brought in connection with the extensive hazing scandal. Fox and 2 unnamed plaintiffs filed suits this week against Northwestern and former head coach, football coach Pat Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald was fired last year amid an investigation into the hazing allegations. A university spokesperson declined to comment, and an attorney representing Fitzgerald did not immediately respond to a request for comment. There's more on this story on our website. And if there's one sure sign that summer's around the corner, it's the official turning on of Buckingham Fountain. The Chicago Park District says iconic fountain will turn on this Saturday. The Park District says it's part of its Switch On Summer event happening from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The event will also include the official kickoff for the Park District's Night Out in the Park summer programming, which showcases culture events and performances across the city. Those are always so fun. Up next, advocates warn about cuts to after-school programs, what it could mean for students right after this.
Chicago Tonight, Latino Voices, is made possible in part by the support of these donors.
Advocates for after-school programs are sounding the alarm. They say as many as 40,000 students in Illinois could lose access to tutoring services, recreation, and other activities if lawmakers don't approve funding. The Illinois State Board of Education distributes this funding in grants that are made in 3 or 5 year cycles. But in 2003, the agency miscalculated how much money was available and approved more grants than the state could afford. Joining us now to talk about the potential impact are Susan Staton, Executive Director of After School Children and Teens, also known as Act Now; Stephanie Garcia, Director of Community Schools at the Brighton Park Neighborhood Council; and Eric Rurge, Executive Director of the Schools Initiative at YMCA of Metropolitan Chicago. Thank you all for joining us. I guess my first question right away is, how could this happen? And Susan, I want to go to you. What should people know about what's at risk for dozens of programs?
It's actually hundreds of programs at this point. And what's at risk is that starting on June 30th, 2024, we're going to see funding completely cut off to hundreds of programs across the state. And that means that they won't have funding to pay staff, they won't have funding to keep sites open and buildings open, and there won't be somewhere safe for children to go in the after-school hours and during the summer.
And ACT is a network of community-based organizations such as local YMCA chapters and Boys and Girls Club. Can you tell me a little bit more about which after-school programs could lose their funding and how many students and staff could be impacted?
So this is a statewide program that's actually funded through the federal government called 21st Century Community Learning Centers. And the sites that are at issue, there's about 300 statewide that serve about 40,000 youth. And we're looking about 2,000 staff statewide that will end up being impacted.
That's a lot of students. And Stephanie, I want to go to you. What are some of the services that Brighton Park Neighborhood Council provides through the after program?
Thank you so much for allowing us to speak on this pressing matter. At the moment, we service 1,500 students, 400 parents. So they are actively involved throughout the school year and in the summer. In the summer, we service close to 2,000. So we see a lot of students that are coming in to receive these services for academic support, for enrichment services, and for social emotional learning as well. We have instructors, daytime teachers that are staying an extra hour to support the students, and we also have additional support staff from the school that provides mentorship. We have a lot of students and families that really rely on us for daycare and for really self-discovery. We have a lot of students that have a hard time being in their classrooms and learning the material, and unfortunately daytime is not enough. Myself, I benefit from after school when I was a younger student, and you know, the pressure of understanding the material when you only speak Spanish.
So
is
you're
extremely
passionate
difficult.
about this. So these are
Absolutely.
programs that are definitely needed in the community.
Absolutely.
And talking a little bit more about that, what would you say are some of the negative effects that can have on a child or family if these programs are cut?
Well, a lot of our parents have more than one job, right? So that it's crucial for us to have a place for them to be safe between the after school hours. And like I said, a lot of these programs offer academic support. So a lot of the students that aren't meeting that grade point average, this is a place for them to get that additional support, and they are at risk of not being able to pass to the next grade level.
Yeah, and Eric, I want to bring you in. The YMCA has several sites as well. Can you tell me about where you're at this process and how does it also affect YMCA programming?
Absolutely. And again, thank you for having us. So the YMCA of Metro Chicago, we have 22 community school sites in the city, all in the most under-resourced communities in the city. I think that's also really important to highlight. We serve, so far just this school year, across all of our school sites, we've served about 3,100 students and 2,000 adults. And about 95% of those students are students of color, and about 91% of them are low income. We are in communities such as Roseland, West Garfield Park, Englewood, New City.
You said 22 sites?
22
so
sites.
If the funding doesn't come, would some of those sites have to close?
Yes.
How would that look like?
So at the end of this summer, we would have 7 of our 22. So basically about a third of our program that would be losing its funding. Just at those 7 sites alone, since we have started our partnership with these schools, we've served over 4,000 students and 1,600 adults. So the hole that it would leave, you know, it takes a long time to build these programs and to build up trust in the community, and you know, before you know it, these communities really do come to rely on these partnerships for everything that Susan and Stephanie have talked about, these kinds of programs, and so to just leave them without funding would cause a massive hole.
And all of you had mentioned that you were at the after-school rally at the state in Springfield. Can you tell us about this event and why were you so passionate of being there?
Yeah, because we're running out of time at this point. To solve this problem, the only solution is for the General Assembly to allocate funding to keep these programs open. There's no other public or private funding source available large enough to be able to fix this problem at this point. So the time to act for them is right now. We gathered together that day because we see the urgency in this. We know that time is running out to get into the state budget. So we saw after-school programs come together from all across the state with our legislative champions to rally together for support for this funding, especially looking at Senate Bill 2943, which is chiefly sponsored by Senator Villy Valam.
And Stephanie, talking about that, what has communication been like with the Illinois State Board of Education?
Well, it's been very limited. And unfortunately, it leaves us wondering what the next steps are. We have to internally discuss what our next steps will be because we have a commitment to these families and we cannot leave them without these resources.
How do you explain this to these families? What has it been like for them to know, like, hey, maybe that this program is not going to be offered here?
Well, we have a lot of parents that are ready to fight. They really care about these programs. It's extremely beneficial for them as a whole, not just for the students. They are extremely committed and they are working with us with these demands. As you can see in the action, we had a lot of parents because they shared that it's not just helpful for their students, it's been extremely helpful for themselves.
And Eric, why is it important for the state to act now?
As we said, 15,000 students in Chicago, 40,000 students statewide without critical after-school programming. We know how at-risk students can be during those hours of between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. All the negative outcomes, potential victims of violence, so these are safe spaces, just at a baseline, forget even about the amazing programming that we're providing, just providing safe spaces for young people every day means so much to those families.
Especially these communities that you mentioned.
Absolutely, absolutely. And then on top of that, providing that enrichment, those programs, whether it be chess or dance or theater or martial arts, where you don't know what's going to spark a child's interest. And many times students may not be as engaged in school during the school day as they might be. And so kids come to school so that they can come to after school. And that's why it's so important.
Now we only have time for one last question. Suzanne, when I go to you, what are the last words? What do you want people to know? How can they join?
Right now, we need everyone's support. This needs to be the budget priority, not just a budget priority. We're asking parents, youth, community members, anyone who's ever had fun in an after-school program to please call their state representatives and senators. We also have an action alert on our website. We really need to echo the importance of saving these services for Chicago youth and youth all around the state.
Well, thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you
so much.
Up next, building new homes and generational wealth for some local families. We explained right after this.
Chicago Tonight's coverage of public safety is supported by the Su Ling Jin Charitable Foundation Initiative for Reducing Violence in Chicago.
Purchasing a home, navigating the loan process, and finding the best mortgage rate can be stressful, but a local organization is working to bridge the gap and help people purchase their first home.
Got 3.
It's an incredible moment of joy and excitement for newlyweds Stephen Wells and Tanais Valdez.
Come on into our new house.
As they're welcomed to their brand new home.
I feel like we're breaking like generational curses. Like my mom doesn't even own a home.
Oh wow, look, we got a brand new plan.
It's a phone call from the organization Renew that they say changed their lives.
I was in California visiting family and they were like, yeah, congratulations, you guys got approved for the program, and even better news, we have a home ready for you right in time for your wedding. And I'm like, wow.
Renew Communities is a nonprofit organization that is rehabbing and building new homes in the suburb of North Chicago. Tom Corning oversees the design and construction of what they call Matthew homes.
So you can see that everything's open plan so that the family interacts with each other. Open to the basement, open in the living room, dining room. Children can sit here at the bar and do their homework while mom's cooking, dad's cooking dinner in the kitchen. Very purposeful. You can see that the windows facing outside are large, looking out onto the street, and then the front porch, of course, is the welcoming aspect of this home to draw community to this family.
Welcome to your new house. This is for you. And then you.
The community has long struggled with low homeownership rates. Only 33% of residents in North Chicago own a home, according to Renew. The young couple says purchasing their first piece of property is an opportunity.
A lot of us were not prepared for all the money that it takes to save up for a down payment, save up for paying all these different fees that you have to pay. We're planning a wedding, so that takes money too. So I'm like, how are we gonna pay for a wedding and pay to have a down payment for a house? So it was definitely a blessing to be able to have a home.
The program partners with subcontractors and volunteers to build these homes. A Matthew home is sold for anywhere between $175,000 and $250,000. Renew selects a family to help them through the buying process and closing fees. Then Transform Capital assists with the mortgage rate.
Transform Capital saw that it's very difficult for some of their clients to access financing at attractive rates for a whole host of reasons that continue to this day. And so we created Transform Capital that steps in alongside Renew, and we take donated capital, we turn it into below market mortgages, and then lending is just a reason to be in a relationship with families. And so we walk alongside them, and as they pay the loan, it creates recyclable capital that serves another neighbor.
The organization is on a mission to build 300 homes in the community. Longtime resident Cheryl Dunlap says it's a chance for families to build generational wealth while contributing to the area's development.
Any family that is within this program, they have resources. Renew is a resource. The other Matthew Home family owners are resources, as well as the volunteers. So it's really creating what I feel a diverse family.
The young couple is now living in the group's 17th home, and they say they're excited to continue to build their roots in the neighborhood.
Are you guys hoping to have, in the future, have some babies?
Oh, absolutely.
The organization calls them Matthew homes, referring to a passage in the Bible. And like we mentioned, Renew has a goal of constructing 300 homes. For more information on how to apply for a home or to be a volunteer, visit our website. And again, congratulations to the newlyweds. Now up next, it's graduation season, and 3 recent graduates share their stories with us.
Stories about Chicago home ownership are supported by funding from the Chicago Community Trust.
Pursuing a postgraduate degree requires perseverance and often comes with sacrifice. Yet the number of Latinos enrolling in these programs has increased 81% since 2010. That's according to the National Center of Education Statistics, even though they still only make up 8% of all postgraduate students. Joining us now to share their experiences as Latinos in higher education are Gabriela Fuentes, who received her Doctor of Medicine and Master's in Public Health from Loyola University; Lupe Jimenez, who earned her Master's in Sports Psychology from the University of Illinois, Chicago; and Joaquin Guzman, who graduated with his Master's in Public Health from Loyola University. Thank you all for joining us, and again, congratulations. You guys have to feel like so proud of yourselves.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. It has to be a lot of it. Gabriela, I want to go to you. What motivated you to pursue your path?
Oh man, so many things. Mainly my community. You know, growing up, I didn't meet a lot of Hispanic doctors or doctors that look like me. So I just thought to myself, I could do that, and I pursued it.
So as little, you kind of felt that?
Yeah, just from that classic story of just hearing someone say, you know, you shouldn't do that, go into something else. And I was like, let me prove them wrong.
Let me prove them wrong. And originally you started in nursing.
Correct,
Yeah,
I was pursuing nursing. I did 2 years. I got admitted to a nursing program. And then I thought, what's life if you're not following your dreams?
That's awesome. And as we said, although more Latinos are pursuing these degrees, we only still make up a small amount. Lupe, did you feel the impact of that while you were in school?
Definitely. I realized that sometimes I was like the only woman or the only Latina in the room, and I felt really proud, and I just kept thinking like, we need more Latinas and more Latinos in the room as well in higher education.
And tell me about your journey. What got you involved in wanting to pursue your career?
Yes, definitely my family's a big motivator. Just having all the generations before me, seeing what they went through, and then just my passion for fitness and health really got me here today.
And you actually brought your mom. I could see that she was so proud of you.
Oh, she's the best. She's watching me.
I love
having her here.
And Joaquin, how did you navigate learning how to make connections with other students and people who could help you along the way when there are few Latinos? I know that can be tough.
It was really hard at first. It was I think I just pushed myself to, get out of my comfort zone and ask for help. I had a lot of support, people that wanted to help me, and I took it, to my advantage. So, whether it was faculty or advisors, even students, I was just asking for help. I was listening to what I could do, what opportunities were available.
You were looking for it.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's sometimes the most intimidating part, I would say, is looking for that information. And all of you are first-generation students too. Yes. Gabriela, can you talk to me more about that experience and how that impacted the way you navigated college?
Oh man, it's kind of exactly like Joaquin said. You go into this environment where everyone around you seems to have parents, cousins, aunts, and uncles who already pursued this type of degree. And then especially applying to medicine, it was like, oh, did you fill out this application? Like, I had never even heard of that. So finding your community and really putting yourself out there and asking for help, I think is one of the most important things you can do, because everyone else kind of already has that there. You have your support from your family, so finding the mentors and people that are going to guide you through this situation is the most important to succeeding.
How would you say that you face that, little word in your head, that imposter syndrome?
Oh man, it's there all the time. It's talking to me always, but I think you just have to say, watch me work. Watch me work, watch me prove you wrong, and I'm gonna take it every step further that you say that I can.
I felt like I also had the mentality to like, let me prove you wrong. Lupe, how did that impact your path to your degree?
It's definitely been tough not knowing sometimes what to do, what is the first step, who to talk to, and also just knowing that you are good enough in that moment to also talk to people. I think professors, people in the classroom, so definitely being the first in the family can be a little intimidating, but it's definitely worth it on the other side because you're also inspiring those behind you to continue as well.
Was there also a moment where maybe you were self-doubting yourself as well?
Always. I think that voice is always there of that little girl who was scared to be in the classroom, who didn't know how to speak English properly. But just knowing that you're there to take care of her in the future, I think is so important.
That is so important. And Joaquin, what made going to college so different from home life? How did you adapt?
It was a culture shift completely. I remember going to school and just having to change, the way that I thought, the way that I spoke. It was just something like an adaptation, and it was hard. I remember coming home and just feeling a different vibe from when I was at school. And slowly it just got better. It got easier. I made friends, and I started to accumulate or just like adapt to it.
Just talk about your experience.
Yeah.
Were you able to talk to your experience with your friends?
Yes, I got to create a very good social group and learn about what I have to do, how to succeed in the classes, and also just share my experience with them, and it's been great.
What would you say was the hardest part through your career, your educational career?
I think comparing myself to some of the other individuals, I constantly told myself, like, you're behind, you need to do this, you need to do that, and then eventually I think I just accepted it, that I'm taking my pace and I'm doing what I'm doing, and I'm proud of what I've done, and it's been pretty big.
And you're here now. Yeah. Look at that. We're all here now. Did you guys feel that as well?
Yes. Oh yeah. I think someone told me early in my medical career, comparison is the thief of joy. So if you're comparing to others, you'll never be happy, you'll never be satisfied, even if you achieve all these incredible things. So I always keep that in mind every time I'm starting to compare myself.
And I think sometimes it's so hard not to compare yourself when there's social media now, right? And you're scrolling through social media. And Gabriela, I want to go to you again. You were part of a program called Medicina Scholars. What has it meant for you to have that resource and be supported by other Latinos?
Oh my God. I mean, Medicina Scholars helped me so much. They really gave me the tools, the foundation to have a successful application into medicine. And it just showed me other doctors who were Latin that I had never met before. They showed me that I could do it, that there was someone that looks like me that achieved it, that came from a similar background as me. So why not me? Why couldn't it be me? So just having that community that we all struggled to find in the beginning, having that before I even started my medical career, I think it's indescribable how much it helped me.
That's great. And Lupe, I actually found you on TikTok with one of your videos of you graduating. I mean, just walking through stage. It made me emotional looking at you. Just how is it for your family and friends? How did your family play a role in your journey?
They're the whole entire journey, if I'm being honest. I see how many generations before me fought for me to have this moment. So every time that I was walking on stage, I was like, this is not my day. This is their day because they're here with me. And just having them be my motivator has definitely made a huge impact. And that's why I made that video, because I wanted them to get a sense of my family and how proud I am of them for getting me here today.
What's some advice that you would want to give to another young person?
you have to go for it. You cannot let what you went through in the past as a kid in school get the best of you now, because you are worthy of the space and it's a safe space for you.
That's really awesome. Joaquin, you too. What's some last words of advice?
I would say it's okay to not have things figured out. It's important to embrace, you know, the uncertainty and explore things to figure out, you know, what's your passion, figure out what you like doing, and just go with it.
And we only have a couple, thank you so much. We only have a couple seconds left. What would be your last words?
Lean on your family. They're your biggest source of support and inspiration, and as long as you have them, you can achieve anything.
Well, thank you all, and again, congratulations. I can't wait to see where you guys go next, and maybe we'll have you on again.
All right.
Come back. Thank you.
Thanks.
And that's our show tonight. Join us tomorrow night at 5:30 and 7 for the Weekend Review. Now, from all of us here at Chicago Tonight Latino Voices, I'm Joanna Hernandez. Stay healthy, stay safe. Buenas noches.
Closed captioning is made possible by Robert A. Clifford and Clifford Law Offices, a Chicago personal injury and wrongful death firm, and proud sponsor of programming that offers advice and strategies to enhance the physical and mental well-being of fellow legal practitioners in Illinois.